Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. This time it wasn't your internet. It wasn't my internet. It was something with my computer.
Yeah, we were having difficulties.
We were,
Nothing new
but we're
here.
here.
Nothing new
We're
here.
here. So,
welcome to Knits and Pieces live stream knit chat, Tuesday night knit chat, and we're so glad to see so many people here already.
yeah.
And been checking out the conversation while I was waiting for Noelle to get herself sorted. So this is our informal part of our, I never know what our channel. This is the informal part of our channel.
Yes.
That's the way to say it.
Yeah.
We have a regular podcast, which we had a new episode up on Sunday. I hope you've had a chance to check it out. If not, check it out, please. And this is where we get together on a Tuesday night and hang out with our friends and talk about knitting and making in general and all the things.
All things we've been up to.
We are a mostly knitting, but a multi-crafting podcast. And
well, I tried a new craft this week.
We're from Southern Ontario. And I'm Kelly, and this is my friend Noelle.
Sorry, Kelly. I'm just so excited about the new craft.
I know. So you go in and you can say the hellos. We're going to get our banner up on the bottom.
Okay, so a lot of you were in here early chatting. That's amazing. So hi, Valerie, Barb, Beth, Wendy. Who else do we have here? Tracy. Go through here. Joan, Sue, Donna. You guys were having a great conversation before we started here. Kimberly's here. Trudy's here. Kim, Annette, Julia, Beth, Becky. I mean, Ames Crafty. I don't know what your name is. We might have asked you before, but it's hard to remember everybody's name. If you could put it in there, that would be great. We've got Jess. We've got Susan, Margaret, Sue, Sheila, Susie, Jan, Joy, Teresa, Lisa. Let's see who else is here. Sarah, Janet, Mary's waving. Hi, Mary. Luana, Shirley, Cheryl, Marianne, Anna, Kathy, Sherry, Jean, Linda, Sue. Okay.
Are we caught up?
I've just about gone through almost. Michelle, Marnie Lee, Kathy. Whoops, put somebody's name on there. Diane. Anyway, Linda's here. Thanks everybody for joining us. If I didn't get your name, I'm sorry, but we're saying welcome to everybody. For everybody that joins us on a regular basis, for anybody that's new. Ooh, we have someone new from New Zealand, Terrell from New Zealand. Hi, we're going to talk about some New Zealand yarn tonight.
Good. And so, Margot is Am So Crafty. There we go.
Okay,
so
Margot.
A new name, a new friend.
Okay,
a new friend.
Got to remember that. Okay. Okay. So, Kelly, what have you been up to? I have knitting in front of me. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Well, we should ask too. Can everybody see and hear us okay? Just before we wander off. Thank you, Becky. Becky said she watched the podcast today and enjoyed it. That was
Becky.
We had such a fun time doing that podcast. We had like a little parade of our favorite winter accessories.
Yes.
And it was kind of fun to dig through. I keep my winter accessories in some bins up at the front door. And it was really fun to dig through and pull out the favorites. And then when you had your items there beside me, I'm thinking, well, now I have other items that I want to make, things that I'd forgotten about that you had. So
yeah. I know. Like I as soon as all the Christmas knitting's done, I would like to get into doing some hats and mitts, and so we'll get there. So I'm making progress. This is what I have been working on since we podcast. So the dress is to the point where I've cast off the bottom and I'm on the first sleeve.
You're getting really close.
So it won't be too much longer till it's done. And on my sock, I got a little bit more. On the podcast, I just had cast on. So I did get a little more done on it.
It was barely a whip. It was a whip.
Barely. I think I had the cast on in one row, but and this is just socks on a plane.
I really like that colorway. I love that colorway.
I really like this colorway too. And this colorway is called Hollyberry. So I was talking to Rachel about it, and she said, isn't it so, I don't know what serendipitous or whatever, but I put 12 skeins in there, and the last one, the one I pick out for December, is hollyberry. Like the only one left. Like, how did that work?
Fate had a hand in there for sure. Just snugging down to the bottom of the bag.
But anyway, this pattern, if you haven't done this pattern before, this socks on a plane, it's a great pattern just for adding a little something extra into your sock.
Yes.
It's a pattern by, who is it by? It's by one of the knit girls, Laura, but I can't remember her last name. But anyway, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. The pattern is written toe up, and I've done it both ways. This time I'm doing top down. So yeah.
I have to admit that I didn't realize that pattern existed. And I think I made a little cabled sock one time. And I think it was when you and I were first friends, when we were early friends. And you said, oh, you made I just about said snakes on a plane again. But anyway, you said, oh, you made the socks on a plane. And I honestly didn't even know what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Because I had done something very similar. But
yes.
So we have some people talking about your sweater, how beautiful it is. Do you want to talk about it? It is gorgeous.
This is the Guthrie sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and it's done in Julie Aslin's Lezu DK is what the gray is. I think the color was, it was London. And then the pattern all through it is Spin Cycle dyed in the wool, and the colorway is Wallflower, I believe. So this was a sweater that I did for Rhinebeck back in 2018, but I really do like the sweater. It's got really nice detail. Like if you look at the cuffs have got the like a little cabled rib, and then it's got, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
I get a little closer.
It's got a cabled rib down at the bottom. Can't see, but it comes. There they are. It comes down just past my hip bone. So anyway, and it's a warm sweater. It's not like the Julie Aslin is a DK, but the Spin Cycle is more like a sport weight.
Yes.
So it's like not too bad. Like I've got just a little camisole under it right here, and it's fine in the house, but we don't keep our house that warm. So
no, you don't. Not like my house, the sauna house. But
okay. Anyway, Linda wanted me to repeat the yarn choices. So the gray is Julie Aslin Lezu DK. And then all of this is just one color of the Spin Cycle dyed in the wool. And I believe that the color was Wallflower. And I did do a little bit of yarn management. Like when I got to the sleeves, I wanted them sort of to match. Like they didn't have to be exact, but I didn't want dark on this side and light on this side. So I just kind of did a little bit of yarn management to make it look a little bit more cohesive.
It's so pretty. It really is such a pretty
color. I don't wear it. Well, I have a lot of sweaters. So
we were going to talk about that one time, weren't we? We're going to see how many sweaters have, and or Noelle has, and I just raced in from work. So this is not a hand knit. This is it's a sweater. It's a sweater dress.
There you go.
It's a Calvin Klein sweater dress. So I don't know who knit it, but it's cozy. And today was the coldest day we're going to have this week. So
yes. I know. I said to Ross, I heard on the news, they said it's going up to double digits. I'm like, no, I don't want double digits. Anyway, okay. So Linda asked about the Spin Cycle. The Spin Cycle is more like a sport weight, Linda. So it's definitely not. I would say the dyed in the wool is definitely not a DK weight. So
Michelle was asking too. She said how much she enjoyed the latest podcast, and she wanted to make the Celtic knot jumper. That's the sweater that I was wearing in the podcast. Such a fun knit, Michelle. Jump on that jumper. It's such a fun knit, and such a few projects were done, and the pattern was really well written. So I highly recommend it.
Yes, I might do that one. Like I do think and when we were talking on the podcast, and I had mentioned the Santa Cruz, but you're right. I also think it would work up nicely in the Barocco remix.
I think so too. Yeah. I do. Yeah. Because you'd get that like the key part is that stitch definition coming down in the cable, right? And I think it would work really well for that too. Now I have to pay attention. I'm working on my second sock, and
I'm not working on anything, even though I did even
well,
put my.
I missed knitting last week, even though I never get much done on
Okay,
KnitChat.
I might try.
I missed it. So I had planned to put something really super simple on the needles, and I didn't get that done. So I'm picking up my second sock. This is really, it's only a toe, but the first one, I just showed it on the podcast too, but that's the working on these socks, the Curio socks by Andrea Mowry. So on the second one, all I've done is my toe so far, and I'm just in my first row of color. So maybe we'll see what develops by the end of this. A little bit of a time.
Can you hear Ross? Can you hear Ross talking?
I cannot.
Okay, good. I was going to go shut the door if you could.
Mike is upstairs working on this on the end of the ceiling.
Okay.
We spent the weekend working on that ceiling in the living room, family room, whatever. And I'm happy to have that job behind us. My arm was really tired from cutting all the tiles by hand. And I think all of my fancy cutting though with fabric and my cutting wheel primed me for the mindset of how to get all of the end tiles all the way around the outer perimeter of the ceiling in. It looks really good. I'm excited. So now we have flooring to do, and that has to be done before Tuesday because a sofa is being delivered. So
I thought you said that wasn't going to come till later.
No, the chairs are coming later.
The chairs,
6 months. 6 months. So Sarah made a Guthrie as well in DK for both her main color and her contrast. Yes.
Like this would be actually a good one to use hand spun too, because you could put the hand spun in for the color work. Tracy said she was knitting the Curio socks too. And actually after Rachel had watched the podcast, she messaged me and she goes, "We need to go to Country Yarns. I need to get some of that yarn."
I know.
So she wants to do them too. And she's thinking of doing them in like kind of like the green yarn that does that, but it just goes to different shades of green. And then
I have the green. I have the green one too.
Well, she was going to put like maybe the classic gray for the
classic gray goes with everything.
Good.
That's the Leo and Roxy Basics classic gray. Tracy's. Oh yes, you just said that. I was thinking the other Tracy, but the other Tracy is making them as well, and she loves them. They're beautiful. Yeah.
So Karen says she's knitting 6 socks at a time. Wow. Using the Magic Heel sock pattern. She said it was crazy getting started, but now she's loving it. I don't think I could put 3 pairs of socks out of needles at the same time. I couldn't do it.
I saw one time somebody had taken let me think about this. I think it was a Kleenex box, and they had 6 holes in there, and they were pulling the yarn out for 6 socks, and then they would flip it and then go back the other way so that their yarn never tangled up.
Yeah.
But that's
Tracy said she's using, that is. Tracy said she's using a Shirley Bryan fade in her Curio socks.
Oh, that would be beautiful too. Beautiful.
Yep.
Well,
and really, if you
did they're very similar because I said that too. I said,
yes,
this reminded me of my Shirley Bryan, the yarn that you got for me. It reminded me of that because it's such a slow fade, right?
Yes. Yep.
And I still want to do some DK socks, or like maybe not necessarily DK yarn, but with 2 fingerings held together to do those.
Well, I've got a skein of DK that I'm just waiting to cast on after Christmas. We should have an after Christmas cast on.
Here's a question from Beth. She's saying that she has chronic tendonitis and it's limiting her knitting to a couple of rows a day. That's tragic right there. And then she was looking at Norwegian knitting thimbles, and she's wondering if there's any right hand English throwers that have tried one that are watching tonight. I have 0 experience with that, Beth.
I'm not sure what the knitting thimble is, but I have done Norwegian purling, which if you were doing like a pair of socks, you actually could do it. You would just be knitting them inside out, but you use more this hand to kind of loop it around. And it was pretty easy. So if you Google some videos on Norwegian purling, because that's where the yarn kind of, it either goes around like something that you've got on hooked onto your sweater or around your neck, and you're just kind of hooking it with the other hand. So it would definitely make a difference in the muscles that you're using. So it would be worth a try to try something so that, and I didn't find it that difficult. And I am a right-handed. I do hold the yarn in my right hand normally, and I did not find it that difficult. So
Emily says DK sock test knit she did in October launched today. So here's a pattern.
I'll have to look that up.
I'll have to mark this one down.
Yep.
Corey Eckelberger's pair of socks, PEAR pair. Okay, where did my pen go? Well, gosh, I have a pen and no paper. That's not going to help me.
I'll remember, Kelly.
Okay, I was trying to tidy up. I'll mark it on something else here. I have a little ball band, and I'll wonder what I'm writing that for.
Julia says she's using Leo and Roxy for the first time in a hinterland sweater. I did the hinterland. I really like the hinterland sweater. I'll have to wear that one time on. But anyway, and speaking of Leo and Roxy, that's what I've been doing too, is swatches.
Oh, swatching.
Yeah. Well, they're not swatches. They're really just color. So I'm making
samples, color samples.
Yes, color samples. So.
Oh, what color is that? That's pretty.
This is their color Boreal.
Okay.
So it's a really pretty green. It is a really pretty green. So each one I'm doing like a 6-inch and a 4-inch on 3mm needles. So yeah, it's a lot of knitting. Anyway, especially since I'm not used to doing swatches, but it's fun. It's fun when you first get into it and you see the kind of the new color develop. So
yes. Oh, congratulations, Elizabeth. She finished her shawlography today, and now she has to block it. And so Beth is saying that the thimble that she was talking about has loops that holds the yarn so that you don't have to grip it. You just flick it for movement. Okay. I thought that was just like a ring for doing stranded knitting that you kind of put them through. I didn't know that was Norwegian, but maybe I'm thinking Portuguese. Maybe it is Norwegian, because Norwegian would be more stranded knitting, right? Yeah.
So
Susie says there is a woman on YouTube that's knitting 12 socks in a row.
Wow.
I don't even have the mind space to do that, I think.
No. Nope.
Thank you, Mary. Mary says to Beth that she's going to share on Instagram a short video of how she holds her yarn that prevents her tendonitis from flaring up.
Okay. Yeah,
that is the only way that she can do it. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. That's great. See, and knitters helping knitters. You guys are wonderful.
Yep. And Sue says, if you watch I Rock podcast, she actually gives a coupon code for that DK sock weight pattern.
Okay.
So
I can hear Ross now, by the way.
Okay, I'll go shut
I can't make out what he's talking about,
but
I can definitely hear him. He just wants in on the podcast, that's all.
He does. We don't have enough doors, so I can't close them out completely. Whoops. Bang.
Whoops.
Anyways, and Mary said that one, the thimble one, is the one that you use for color work.
Okay. So you were talking about a new craft. Do you want to tell us what you've been up to?
Because if you look at behind you, I got all inspired last when we were doing the podcast, filming the podcast on Friday, and Kelly had that beautiful birch branch with the stars and the sweaters and things hanging off it. And she had made the stars just that week. And I thought those are like so cool. So I had to try my hand at origami. Is it origami? Origami.
Origami. Yes.
Okay, so
show us. I love that paper. That's so pretty. Did you get the whole pad at Dollarama, like the one that I had?
Kelly, I bought 6 of them.
Oh, everyone probably, right?
No, but these ones are actually heavier and they're foil.
They're really pretty.
So I like those. You see that?
Oh, I like that one too. I like them all. What are you doing with yours?
I don't know yet. Hanging them somewhere. And
a big one. Oh, and 2 patterns too.
Yes. 2 patterns but gold. And then this one.
It's just throw away the knitting and bring in the paper and the glue sticks. Oh, I love that one too.
So actually, I was not very good with the glue stick, so it was a team effort. I did the folding and Ross did the gluing.
Okay.
So, but I was just going to show you the pads to make them. So this, Kelly, I think you showed one of these on the podcast, but they're really cool because.
No, I didn't. I didn't talk about that at all.
Oh, I thought you did. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. Well, so this is just from the dollar store, and it's just
it's scrapbooking paper.
Craft paper. So this design is Flora, but they've got all these designs in them. And what's really neat is in one book, all your designs kind of coordinate. Mm-hmm. So whatever you make from it will all coordinate. So this one is the lighter weight paper, which is this star. Yes. But it felt a little flimsy until we got it all glued together. But once it's all glued together, it feels
they're
fine.
Solid. They're solid.
Yeah. And then, so I got that one that was called Flora.
Mary wants to know if you do anything on a small scale.
No.
No.
And this one was really cool.
They left, Mary, this is funny. They left my house, I think, what time? It's about 11 o'clock at night. Noelle said, if the dollar store were open, I would go right now and buy this paper.
Okay, look, you guys, this one had a whole paper of wine corks. And just a minute, I'll show you. Turn around here and find
Did they have possum paper?
They didn't.
Oh, that's right. You did trees. I haven't done the trees yet.
So there's my tree made out of my cork paper. And my 2 of my grandchildren were over today, and Molly just looked at the trees and she goes, "Well, Grandma, where's the star?" So then I had to make this little tiny origami star for the top of the tree. So that's a tree just done in like the regular paper. But then
there's more.
There is more. So this is done in the cardboard with the foil, and so there's another one in there. Wow. So that paper is a little bit different, but it's really cool.
Kim says you have to make a cork star, and I was exactly thinking that, Kim.
Yes. I am. Don't worry. So then these ones are the foil paper, and this one had a lot of golds in it. But I think Ross took all these out because we folded a lot of these into stars already. Let's see if I can find some in this one. Of course, I have another foil one too, because you wouldn't just want one.
Why would you just want one? Yes. Tracy, it was Dollarama that we use. That's what we have here in Sarnia. But
look.
Here's the thing. And that's gorgeous. I love that. Mm-hmm. I told Noelle that I had gone firstly to Michael's and I paid 99 cents for one page. And then Lynn, my coworker, she came, I was showing her the stars and she wanted to do something with them too. So then the next day she came to work and she had one of those books for me, and it was $4 at the dollar store. It was such a good deal. And
the foil ones are $4 too. And again, like in one book, you get patterns that all kind of coordinate.
That's beautiful.
So the foil ones, which are heavier, there's 24 sheets in it for $4.
For $4.
And then in the other one, in the lighter weight, there's 50 sheets for $4. So it's like.
So it's really good value. And the other thing, aside from hanging them, they would be pretty to tie onto a gift.
Yes.
I don't know. You could do something even like centerpieces for your table, the greenery, like they'd be pretty to put on a stick and stick in like a floral arrangement. I'm just trying to think other things that I could do with them.
I'm just like we do a basket for the kids and put, we make bread.
But they're pretty to use as tree decorations
and
too.
We're just going to place them in amongst the basket and put some twine on the top of them so that they can hang them on their tree.
Yeah, they're so pretty.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a couple of the little Christmas trees over to my mom because she doesn't really have a big tree up, just so she can have some little Christmas things around.
Very nice.
So anyway, so they're asking where the patterns. The pattern for the tree, I just Googled origami tree,
Yes.
on YouTube. And actually, I know you sent me the little video thingy of the star, but I did find it on YouTube too, because it told me exactly, you know, when you make your marks for where you cut.
Yes.
It told me exactly that it should be half the distance of the square.
Okay. So I saw them, where I saw them was on Instagram, and it was like a little TikTok video, a 30-second video. But then I'm gonna flat out tell you that if you watch one and you save it, which I did, you're going to get 50 of them right behind. But I have an entire folder saved now on my Instagram of all of these crafty little paper folding things. I'm here for it. I love the paper folding.
It is. It's so much fun, and it's so fast. Something is finished like so quickly.
Okay, so Barb is saying tag on Instagram, KnitChat, all of our stars and trees before next Tuesday. You know, Barb, that made me think. You know, we had been talking last week about the 80s photos of ourselves, and I thought, here's the thought that struck me today. If we could have on the week between, I looked at the calendar today, and then this came to me while I was brushing my teeth this morning. So this may not make as much sense as it did to me this morning while I was brushing my teeth, but I was thinking on that week between Christmas and New Year's, which a lot of people have off that week. So I don't know how many people are going to be interested to still come and hang out, but I hope you will, because Christmas is on Saturday this year. So midweek, Tuesday is still a midweek. And I was thinking about having a pajama night knit chat. And
this is new to me.
Yes, I know. But you like to do this to me too. You like to just like throw me out there and say, hey, Kelly, I was thinking. So here's what I thought this morning. Why don't we have a pajama night knit chat on the week between Christmas and New Year's? But what you will all have to do is get photos, have somebody take a picture of you knitting in your PJs, and then put it on our knit chat. And what I think I can do is grab all of those photos, and I can make a little, I think I can make a quick little video. And Noelle and I will wear PJs to the knit chat, and you can too. But it's just that we won't see you in your PJs, but we'll know you're in there. You'll be giving PJ support.
There could be lots of people in their PJs already, Kelly.
I might be in my PJs right now if it weren't knit chat night. So I'll be wearing my onesie. I have one of those fleece onesies from Old Navy. It's hooded and it's so cozy. But anyway, if everybody could do that, I'll make a post about it too on Instagram to remind everybody. But if you could get somebody to take a picture of you knitting in your PJs, post it to knit chat, and I'll try to make a little video so that we can all sort of see each other.
Yeah, that's in
their PJs.
Sounds good.
Okay,
yep.
So it sounded still okay. 12 hours later after brushing teeth, right? Still sounded okay. Blenda's in her PJ. She said it's already 28 past midnight for her.
Well, that's right. But that was a good idea that Barb had. So, like, if you make any of these decorations, like any of the origami stuff, like tag us, like knit chat, like
please, yes.
Yep. Because I want to see more. I mean, it looked. If you go into YouTube and you just type like easy origami, because I mean, if the thing said it was going to take half an hour to make, I'm not making it. But these did not take half an hour to make. No. And there's not even that much measuring.
No, you make a square. Everything is done on a square, and then you just make some folds in it. And so that shows you the cut line. You do 4 quick cuts, and then the rest is just folding in what you've already folded.
And even the trees you fold, and then you just cut the bottom off for a base, but it's like not anything that you have to measure out or anything. And then you just do some cuts across and it's all folding. So it's like,
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got some people in for PJ night.
Yay.
Somebody wants to know how much yarn they need to make a dress like mine. I don't know. This would be a lot. It's, I don't know if I can stand up without knocking out my headphones, but it's a really cute little dress. I like it. It's a little flared skirt. Cute. And like I wear it with tights, and I usually have to keep my hair down long though, because I do find it's a little bit open around the neck and I get chilly. So this is my scarf.
Don't you have any knit cowls or scarves or anything?
I do. I actually used to have a really pretty red scarf that went with this, and then I gave the scarf away to a friend. So, but anyway, maybe I can make another one.
I should weave you one.
You could weave me one. Yes, you could. You could do that.
Good.
Yeah, lots of people are in for PJ night. That's great.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
let's put it on your calendars. We'll
Yep.
remind you. We'll remind you on the knit chats. We still have a couple of knit chats before Christmas, so we'll remind you to get your photos in, and hopefully I can pull this off. So you have to get your photos in. Don't leave it till like Monday night, because I don't know if I can get.
Well, can you do that? Can you save a photo from Instagram?
Yeah, of course I can. I can screenshot everything, and then
Oh,
I'll just.
okay. Okay. Yep.
Sorry, like I'm not going to do anything else with it, people. It's just
Right.
we're going to do it just for this. So I'll screenshot everything, and then I have a little I don't know, a little video collage thing that I use on my phone, and so I'll make a little video, and then we can upload the video to our oh gosh, I'm lost. I can upload it to StreamYard so that we can share it. So that'll be great. If you can find a way to add your name onto your picture, that's even better, because then everybody else that's watching the little video will know who we are. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Wendy. So just tag us on Instagram. Where's our
just
where's
put
our
the
tag?
photo on
Where's our
Instagram and just tag us.
This is the hashtag on Instagram. So if you can put the photo on Instagram and you use this hashtag that's below the screen now, then we can see all of your photos, and I'll screenshot them all, and I'll try to make a little video for everybody. And I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep. That way you're all a part you're all a visual part of our knit chat then. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Now,
Julia, we have a lot of fun with everybody.
Julia, can they DM you?
Yes, you could do that too. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. But don't be shy about putting your picture on Instagram, because just know that when I make this little video, it's going to be part of this stream, and people watch the stream after the stream too. So
yes. So Annette, so yes, if your Instagram is private, if you want to DM, then we can still get the picture that way.
Good point, Annette. Good point. If you're private, you're right. We can't do a hashtag. So yes, you can DM to me, and I was going to point and touch my screen. I'm the Tangled Stitch on Instagram, and yeah, I think that'll be so fun.
Yeah, yeah,
so fun.
We'll get a slide made up next week that's got your Instagram, right? Because that's where it would be, the DM, right? Instagram.
Yep. Yeah. You just send that to me.
Because it's not for a couple of weeks, so we can get that made up to run across.
Yes, that'll be fun. But join in the fun. Yes. Okay. Wow.
Okay. I'm not sure if I screwed this row up. I did.
Are you still on the first row?
I am. But I was going to say, okay, so I'm doing these. There is a cable.
Okay.
And I normally, if I'm doing something in a heavier weight, I do my cables without a cable needle. I am having the worst time trying to do it with this yarn. Like, just the stitches are too small, and I can't see them. My eyesight's not good enough, even with my double glasses on.
I was going to say, get out those glasses, those sexy glasses that we've all seen you in now. Where are they?
That's right. They're over there somewhere. But anyways, I just wanted to say, and you were with me when I got this, so I have my cable needle, and the biggest thing that I didn't like about cable needles was before, I'd put it down and I'd never know where it was the next time I went to pick it up.
Yes.
So when we were in New York and we were at Argyle.
Yes.
Yarn shop. And I got this little thing. I don't know if you can see it, right? So this is just a little magnet. So there's it's clipped onto my sweater just from a really sturdy, heavy magnet on the inside. And you can your cable needle just sticks to it. So as long as you remember to put your cable needle there when you're done, your cable needle is always there when you need it.
Yeah.
So
yes, Mary, you can send me a picture instead of posting. Any way that you can get me a picture of yourselves. I will collate everything into my phone on a file folder. We're going to make it happen. Don't you worry. It'll be fun. It'll be so much fun.
Oh, I didn't make a mistake. See, I couldn't see.
Hold it close to one of your twinkling lights.
That still won't work. That doesn't make it bigger.
So I stopped at the fabric store last night on my way to Staples. I had to pass the fabric store. So I was looking for some knitwear, and look what I grabbed.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I'm thinking this is going to be Miles' little PJs for Christmas. How it'll go really well with, I don't have it down here anymore, but his little elf.
Oh, the hat. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll go really well. And that will all go really well on the super cute little Christmas quilt I'm making him too. But then
are you gonna send that out before, or are you gonna wait till he gets here?
I don't know. I would like to say I'd send it out so that she can have it, but then I'd be worried that in their haste of packing they'll forget it, and then I won't get the photo op I want with it, and it's all about me. So he won't know if he's wearing Christmas jammies on Christmas Eve or not, or if wait till he gets to Grammy's house, right? Mary is saying that she wears a shawl or a cowl when she knits cables to stick her cable needle in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've told you guys the story before, but I used to stick them in my hair, like in my bun or whatever. And I lost one in there on a plane, and I was digging around. I couldn't figure out where it went. I did find it eventually, but something else that I have some questions for. I showed this on the podcast. This is the worsted weight Knit Picks Chroma Twist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's some really nice shades of green and gray. And Noelle pointed out that at 218 yards, it's enough to do a baby cardigan. And I was wondering,
in the small size, you might need to use like coordinating for cuts.
I might be able to, but if anybody has a favorite baby cardigan
in worsted weight,
excuse me, I'm sorry, I knew that cough was coming. In worsted weight, I'm open for suggestions, because baby knitting and baby cardigans and things like that, that's sort of all new for me. So I know that there's people that are part of this knitterhood that have a lot more experience and lots of cardigans. Barbara's saying flax. So the flax is a sweater. I thought about the flax, but I was just
it would be Kelly, it would be a really easy one though to convert to a sweater, to a cardigan.
It would be, yeah.
So
there's that. So I'm looking for baby cardigan. And yesterday Noelle sent me, I'm going to pull it up on Ravelry.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely making, the Gramps cardigan by Tin Can Knits, Karen says. So yes, that's pretty similar to this one that you sent me yesterday. And I showed it to Kendall last night and she loved it. And they both agreed that, yes, it would be a perfect little cardigan. Just let me pull it up here. I meant to grab a screenshot of this and then pull it up as well, but good intentions fell by the wayside.
I'll have to go through and look and see some of the ones, because I know I did some worsted weight ones, but some of them I think tended to be a little bit more girly.
Mm-hmm.
So
this one is actually called Miles, which is,
and it's even spelt the same way.
Exactly. See if I can get that up to the camera.
Yeah, I really like that one. It's cute.
Look at all those little grandpa cables. How cute.
It was when you were saying about how, like, like he would be this little old knitting baby. That looked like the perfect cardigan to wear for that.
Yes.
So
yeah. Kim is saying Tega Hilliard patterns. Okay.
Yes. So Jean is saying that brings up a question, because she's knitting a cardigan that's supposed to be knit flat, but she wants to knit it in the round and steek it open. Yes, you can do that. I would probably make sure you're not working with a superwash yarn, although I have seen where people have done it with superwash yarn. But if it is superwash yarn, you want to really make sure that your steeks are secured before you cut that cardigan open.
Yes.
So, but yes, you could definitely do that. All you're going to do is in the middle where your bands are going to be, like, you stick in maybe an extra 5 stitches or so that it gives you a space where you're going to cut that cardigan open. Mm-hmm. And then I think I've seen a lot of people, and I think you can actually pick up and do your bands before you cut, but I don't know if I would do that or not, because I think it would make it I don't know, more difficult to work with than having the cardigan open.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Tracy made a good point too. She said that the cables if I were using this yarn, the cables wouldn't show very well.
Yeah.
And I agree. I agree. The little Miles cardigan that I'm going to make, Noelle reminded me of some yarn last night that I have, which is the Barocco Vintage DK. It has some acrylic. Is it kind of like a 50-50 mix of acrylic?
It's 40% wool, but then it's got acrylic and nylon in it, I think. That's right. What the two of the girls' dresses are done in.
But it's so soft, and it washes great too. So for a baby.
And there's some pretty colors, like a heathery color would be nice because cables and stuff would still show up in that.
Yeah. And I have a tote box of that. I bought out a store that was getting rid of some stock. So I have a lot.
Kim said she'll put some patterns for boys' cardies in the Ravelry thread.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And Mary says the baby sophisticate.
Yes.
Yeah. And you'll find, Kelly, that the one in the worsted, it's going to knit up so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I bought some other fabric too. It looks like sort of like a Nordic sweater. But it's just knitwear. And I was thinking of making him some little joggers or a one-piece suit in that. And I thought, and it's green and gray. And I thought that would look really good with it. So that was sort of something I had designated for that. OGE,
yes, OGE knitwear does have
designs.
Yep.
Okay.
And actually one designer that I know Tracy has knit with before and has really nice patterns is Danny Sunshine.
Okay, I'll look that up too. Henchman for boys and girls is an 8-ply shawl collar Cardiff pattern I've knit a few times. Oh, that sounds cute too, Kim. I'll have to look that one up too.
Okay, so Jean was saying about steeking, that she's not done it before. Jean, if you go in, if you just type that into YouTube, there's lots of great tutorials to show you how to do it. And various different ways that you can secure your steek. You can sew it with a sewing machine. You can actually there's a crochet version where you can do a crochet edge. Mm-hmm. What I'm going to try, because that's what I have to do after Christmas when I get back to my Yell cardigan. I've got a steek up the front, but I'm going to try felting the steek.
Right.
Like I got the little felting thingy.
Felt it, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to try doing that. And I'll let you know how it works out.
Okay.
I'm not too worried because it's the super soft and it's pretty sticky wool. So. Okay, so Jean says the one she's doing is Coco Knits Emma version. And she says it calls for a non-superwash Aran alpaca merino. Alpaca is a little bit, even though alpaca, even though it might be non-superwash, it is, I think, a little bit more slippery. Mm-hmm. So you might have to be careful with that.
Okay, so the sweater too. It wasn't the henchman. It was the Hechima.
Oh,
Hechima.
Henchman.
And then Little French Knits, Pat is saying too. So some great suggestions.
Petite Knits has some really cute kids patterns too.
Do they? Okay.
Yep. Well, that's the festival dress is the Petite Knits.
Right.
And then they've got the Anchors cardigan, which is a really cute cardigan, but I'm not sure what weight it is. But you could adjust.
Yeah. Okay, it's a teeny tiny little sweater. How much adjusting could I do? I don't know.
Well, that's true. That's true. That is true. So, okay, I actually got 4 rows done with no mistakes.
Me too. I've got 4 rows done.
This is my last pair for Christmas.
I've got pajama night on the brain now.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that.
Kim says Frogginette has good patterns too. She does. Remember that one I knit in the summer?
Yes.
Oh, what was the name of it? Yes.
Anchor.
But again, that pattern I can't remember the name of it, but that pattern I don't think would show up in it's better for a plain yarn so that you can see the pattern in it.
Your porthole sweater? Was that?
I did that one too, but that one would work, but it's got a contrasting color in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Knitting for Olive has some adorable kids knits, Jean says as well. Okay.
Yes.
Well, now I have some new resources to check out anyway. Don't know when I'm going to get this done, but I will. I'll get it done. I'll get it done.
Yes, and then we'll have all the pictures after Christmas.
Yes. Mary is getting close to casting off toes for a birthday knit for her best friend. Birthday's tomorrow. There you go.
Wow, it's good.
Timing's everything, Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe we're already into like the first week of December is. Where does the time go?
I don't know. We're going to be saying that about the year. Where did the year go?
I know.
Right.
And I'm so looking forward to, I think we're all going to be together at Christmas this year. So
maybe, maybe they're already starting to put some restrictions back on. So hopefully, yes.
Anyway.
Yes. Oh, where did that comment go? Oh, Susan. Susan says she loves all those ideas. She hasn't had to knit for a baby in a while, but the time is coming. Susan.
I know. I didn't have to knit for any for a long time, and then it was
expanding. Yes. Elizabeth Zimmerman's baby surprise jacket. Yes, I've always looked at that one.
Cute.
That one's super cute.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure what this is going to knit up like. I feel like it might be kind of like, it looks like a gradient too, right?
Yeah.
So that little surprise jacket might be.
It looks similar to that yarn that you're knitting your sock with, that it's going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
The baby vertebrae I've already made too, Barb. That was his first little cardigan. He wears that still quite a bit.
There is, but I think you did the newborn, right? Because there is a bigger version of that. So it does go up.
Goes all the way up to an adult.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you could probably even do the newborn one. But if you're doing it in worsted weight, you'd go up needle sizes and then you'd end up with a bigger.
Right. And the bubble cardigan. Bubble cardigan. Not bubbles in my mouth. Bubble cardigan. Yeah. Okay. By Cami Jo Knit. It's a DK, but could be easily done in a worsted. Yeah. This is, it's definitely.
Wendy's finally starting the toes on her socks.
Yay. Yay for toes. Yay for toes.
Anyways, I'm hoping that we're all going to get together again for Christmas.
Okay.
So we're planning on it.
It's good. This is what I actually planned to have cast on. Was this?
Oh, was that for the Musselburgh?
For the Musselburgh. And didn't even take it out and cake it up yet. So clearly not. But I thought this would be really good for KnitChat knitting, because once I get past that shaping, as you said, it's straight knitting. Knitting that I wouldn't even have to look at. So it would be perfect KnitChat knitting. It's pretty. The more I look at it, the more I like it. Very nice. So,
there, I did a cable on KnitChat. It is possible.
Did you see today that our friend Melinda, who is Rye Flower Knits, put out a new one skein shawl?
No, I didn't see
pattern. I can't remember the name of it. I saw it on Instagram this morning. I have to hop on and buy it. I think she has it 50% off through until Friday.
Okay, I'll have to have a look.
And it's beautiful. It's Noelle and I both love her one skein shawls. And it's perfect if you have, we've said this before, but if you have that one skein that's, highly variegated or quite busy, or you bought it because you just couldn't leave it somewhere, it just spoke to you, but then you got it home and you thought, what will I do with this? She has the most perfect patterns for that. And so this is another one of those one skein shawls, and it's one and done, and it's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. And the busier the yarn, actually, the better her patterns look for these one skein shawls.
Well, and she makes such good use of one skein. Like, she puts in stitches that tend to when the shawl's done, it looks like you've used more than one skein.
Yes.
Like she really
and this
uses
is
maximum use of
a
the
really
skein.
generous size. So
Yeah.
the shawl has a lot of open work in it. So there's garter and then some big open stitches. And that's what really
Yep.
moves things along to make it look so big. I'm going to go in and I'm going to pull it up on Ravelry. Maybe if things.
It's rye flour knits, right, Kelly?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to pull up. Of course it didn't. I mistyped.
Is that spelt right? Or should it have an E?
Yes. Nope.
Yes, E. Okay.
R-H-Y. R-H-Y.
Oh, R-H-Y. Okay. There we go.
So it's called the Oxford. I'm just pulling up the picture. I think this is it. Yes, this is it. Oops. First time using an iPad, apparently. There we go. Full screen. Okay, look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
That's gorgeous. Yes, it is.
It almost reminds me of paw prints, that open lace work. But and it's
beautiful.
Quite big too.
And when you're doing a one skein shawl, like if you want to even like add a little more to it, you can always hold a strand of mohair with it too, because you've done that with some of yours, Kelly.
Yes.
And usually, like if you get a 50 gram, skein of mohair, it usually has roughly the same yardage as a 100 gram skein of fingering.
Yeah.
So you usually have enough of each.
She actually gives this one in 3 pattern sizes. There's a small, medium, and large. So you can decide how much you want to put in. But the way I showed it to you was 1 skein. And
okay.
So it's really, really beautiful. So I definitely want to try that one out. So what else have you been up to besides the dress, or just the dress?
No, I've been making stars and trees.
Did Ross go and get your branch yet, though?
No. I don't know if we really have anywhere to hang that, and I don't have a middle star. I would maybe look into doing those. I would love to do those for all the kids for Christmas, but it won't be this year. But that might be something to work on next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't have that nice backdrop to hang mine up against where it's not all. So that's okay. I'll just look at yours.
Okay. Well, you'll be seeing mine through to the end of this month anyway, because I'm going to leave it up definitely. I'm going to leave it up for the month of December before I take it down. Although I may have to take it down, because once I have my tree up, which it's not up yet, once I have the tree up, I always like the little sweaters and the little snowman to hang on the tree. So we'll see. Mickey wants to know, how many sweaters do you knit in a year, Noelle?
Oh, I'd have to go back and count. A few.
I want to cast a sweater on, but I feel like I have like lots of little projects to finish up, and I should be finishing them.
I have to finish
that I
the
know
Christmas
I need
stuff, and I do really want to cast a sweater on. I want to cast a sweater on the coast that I just got, and then all the colors in the yoke. So that's, I think, the next one I want to cast on. But I also want to finish my Yell cardigan, and I've also got a couple of other sweaters that just need sleeves. Did your Holst Garn yarn come in yet?
No, but it's in the country. It's in our country. It's left its country and it has made it to our country. So should be seeing it, I would think, maybe not by the end of this week, but maybe. If not, probably
a lot of people that have ordered have already got it. So, yeah. Okay, but then we know how that can go, though, because the last time that we ordered together, I think I ordered like a day or two before you, and you had yours weeks before me.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and it had nothing to do with it leaving Denmark.
No, it left there right away. Very
right.
Promptly. Very prompt. So
Janelda wanted to know how many sweaters we have. We might have to do a video.
Nearly as many as you. I don't know. We're certainly not going to be trying them on, Danelda. Not after the hat hair incident.
Sue says she got her Holst in 6 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's really good.
Wow. Emily's working on a bottom-up raglan.
Right, yep.
Finished the sleeves and cast on 268 stitches for the body last night.
Wow.
There's so many sweaters I want to knit. That's the problem. But you know what? I mean, we have limits. I mean, I keep buying yarn for it. I don't know why. I can only knit so many in a year. And it's not like next year I'm going to say, well, I'm going to buy no yarn because I'm going to knit all the things. There'll be new patterns and there'll be new things.
I really would like to say that. I would really like to say that. I'm not going to, but I would really like to. I would really like. Some days I'm really like I'm really going to try, and then I see new yarn. But then I have to think I have gorgeous yarn that I need to knit with.
Yes.
So
Jean said that she ordered Let Lopi last year from Iceland and it sat in U.S. Customs for almost 4 months.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I've never had anything stay away from me for a long time. That's a long time.
I must admit, if I'm ordering, other than I think the only places that I order from outside of Canada are Wool Warehouse and Holst.
I ordered from Wool Warehouse last week. And it has also shipped too.
What did you order from there?
I have to think about that for a minute. I knew you were going to say that as soon as I fessed up to it. And I thought, what did I order from there? What the heck did I order from there? Beads. I ordered beads and yarn.
And yarn.
Because if you're going to order beads, you might as well order some yarn too. And I think I got.
So what were the beads for?
Some socks. I'm going to make some beaded socks. Yes. I have to think about the pattern. I can show you the pattern.
I have made beaded socks. I forget the name of the pattern too. It was fun.
This one should be quicker to find because they're in my library. I've bought the pattern.
Sarah says every time she thinks that she should start a yarn diet, she just buys more. She bought 10 skeins last weekend.
Yeah, but that's exactly like a real diet. You don't think about eating until you can't eat, and then that's all you can think about. And so if you say, I'm not going to buy yarn, all you're going to think about is buying yarn. So you might as well just give in to the little urges.
Well,
and then avoid the yarn piggery.
Maybe we should see if we can go for a month at a time without ordering anything.
I could. I bet you can't.
You ordered more than me lately.
No, I don't think I have. Okay,
Kelly, you're waiting for orders from Holst, Wool Warehouse.
Barrett Woolco.
That's it.
But I didn't have to show anything off on the podcast. Only a few small sale items I got from Knit Picks because everything was in the mail.
A few small sale items. You had 3 skeins of sock yarn. You had how many skeins of mohair? 10? Was it 10?
Yeah, but it was such a small order because everything was on sale. So these are the Don't Worry Bead Happy socks by Stone Knits. And I was thinking about that, the Rose Hill Yarns sock.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
So
very pretty.
In that case, the this part of the sock, the main part is like a teal-y color, and then there's a dark gray. So then the beads, which would be in the teal, I ordered kind of like a graphite colored bead to go in there. I thought that would look pretty. So, and Mary, you're right. Looking at Holst, you get so tempted. So tempted.
Yes, I know. Because the colors, I would love to have, in the Super Soft, I would love to have a cone of every color. So
Margaret says she wishes she could go to Holst in person. I don't, because I couldn't afford to. I wouldn't be able to come home. Oh, okay. Mary was talking about, in our podcast, we said that one of the make-alongs will be using yarn from our stash. Yes. Yes,
Well,
that's
you
coming.
guys would, because we don't have to participate.
No, that's coming. That's coming in
No,
January.
it is.
Slash
Because
your stash.
we do. Like, everybody go, like, if you go and look, like, honestly, Kelly, if we think back, even in just the couple of years that we've known each other, how much yarn we bought for different sweaters, and like gorgeous yarn
that aren't made into sweaters yet.
I know. So
Tracy says the challenge is on. She could do that. Okay. Jean says by the time she got that Let Lopi, it was way too warm outside to use for the sweater she had planned. Now it's living in stash. Okay, Jean, January / your stash.
That's right. Perfect.
That'll
be the time to get it out.
Yes. Oh, and there's Sarah, little yarn enabler. Loving Path has a sale in her backyard.
Well, she had it. It's over.
Oh, had the sale.
It.
Okay.
We missed it, Kelly.
Okay, we missed it.
I agree with Jean. Knitting when the kids were little, and I think that's why I still get up so early. Like when the kids were little, like I would get up early so that I had some time that was peaceful and quiet to get a little bit of knitting done before they got up. And it's like just kind of like de-stresses you.
See, for me, that time was between 11 and 1 o'clock, and like 11 at night and 1 o'clock in the morning, because that's my timeline.
I know. I think I was answering some comments the other day at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, I wonder if Kelly went to bed yet.
Right. If it's on a weekend, maybe no, 5 o'clock would be a late night for me.
Well, I was up so late that night when we podcast, and then I was exhausted the next day because I still woke up at 5 o'clock the next morning.
Okay, but here's the thing. You don't have children anymore. You can get up at whatever time you like and knit. Lauren says, after hearing us both sing the praises of Remix, she ordered 2 sweater quantities from Aberdeen's last week when they had it on sale. We're sorry, Lauren. Well, we're really not. You're going to love the yarn.
No, yes, at least we do.
Yes, we do. Yes. Margaret says, when it comes to yarn, she feels like a dog who rolls in the first snow. If no one was looking, she might just dive into the yarn and roll around too. Oh, which reminds me of a little video. I'll show you that. I'll share you that sometime. Noelle diving
I'm afraid.
Noelle diving into a sea of yarn on the bed in her pajamas. We'll share that. You'll let me, won't you, Noelle?
Did I have the eye patches on too?
Yes, you had your and I think you had your earplugs in and your eye mask and your flannel nightie. And it's when we were in New York, and I slow motioned it for more effect, and she just jumps up and throws herself backwards into all the yarn on the bed. It was hilarious.
Okay, who was it? Someone said that they don't count yarn clubs as buying yarn.
Oh, Jess.
I've never done a yarn club.
No, I never have either. Well,
I always want to see.
I did. I just totally told a fib. I belonged to Knit Crate for about a year, and
do you know what you're getting?
No, you don't know on any given month what you're getting, and the thing with that is, well, okay, so. The Knit Crate club is probably a little different than if you are actually in a club with a specific dyer.
Right.
Where you would know, like, I think some of the clubs are, like, okay, I'll join in the fingering yarn club. So you know that from that dyer, you're just going to be getting the same yarn, but a different colorway. But with Knit Crate, you really didn't know what you were getting from month to month. Now, I did join the sock Knit Crate club. So I knew that I was always going to be getting
sock yarn,
certain weight, but then they would have a sale on their other kits. Like so the way it works is they would, I guess, purchase enough yarn from a dyer to fulfill their subscriptions and then some. So if they had excess at the end of a month, you could go in and buy some at a discounted rate if you were a member of another one of their clubs. So I did buy a few that way as well. But honestly, some of the yarn, sorry, there's a yawn. Some of the yarn I really liked, and others, I still have them. Like they aren't maybe something that would have been my color choice, or maybe just a fiber that I wasn't entirely thrilled with. But for the most part, I did like it. And there were a few that I absolutely adored, and then tried to go back into the individual dyer and buy
them,
more
yeah.
buy more yarn. Yes. Yeah. So
Kim had asked before, or someone had asked before, about Alpaca Direct. I don't know anything about. Have you ever heard of it?
No,
I've not ever heard of it. So someone in the chat might know, though.
Yeah. Karen wants to know if they should go buy some more yarn for their slash to get ready for slasher stash. No,
we should. I could still knit for a whole year in yarn that I bought over 15 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I know. And Sarah agrees. She said that she loves her quiet morning knitting time on the weekends.
Yes. Well, now that I'm retired, I get that every morning, which is nice, because I don't even do my workout till I've sat and knit for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So, but this morning I had two little girls that kept me company.
Oh, Elizabeth just ordered the Oxford pattern and some Emma's yarn, simply soaked to knit it in. Elizabeth, you're on the ball.
Yeah.
I think you're going to love the pattern though. And I haven't knit with Emma's yarn, or the Simply Silk. I've used their yarn for one of my Love Note sweaters. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Kim.
Okay. Mary says
so Kim was wondering
Mary
about.
Oh, okay. We're still talking about the same thing.
Yeah, the Alpaca Direct, because Kim says that they can't get Barocco Remix where she is in Australia, but they can get it from Alpaca Direct. So
okay.
That's why she was asking. Yeah, I don't know that. Sorry, I'm not even familiar with that name.
Well, Mary said she thinks that Alpaca Direct is from Washington State, she thinks.
Okay.
So maybe it's like if they sell other things, maybe it's more like a yarn supplier as opposed to just like specifically alpaca.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jess said that all of her clubs that she belongs to are sock weight because she figures no matter what, she can make socks. That's right. Yeah.
Mary says Alpaca Direct has a podcast.
Oh, do they? Another podcast to check out. Good.
I've been watching a couple of the Vlogmas.
Have you? I haven't started
a little bit, but everybody's opening up their advent calendars.
Right.
But I mean, I like seeing them, but I'm okay with not having one because I wouldn't have time.
You could do a Vlogmas. You could just film yourself folding paper.
There you go. And then I could speed it up.
Right. Well, that's what they do in the TikTok videos. I can't fold paper that fast.
So, but I mean, there's some gorgeous yarns out there in the advents, but December is never a time that I have time just to knit something that.
No, that's my down to the wire knitting time.
Well, right? It's that, but it's also like then there's a lot of non-knitting time because you're doing so many other things for Christmas.
Yes. What about a Christmas Eve cast on? Does everybody participate in that? I like to do that. I do. And that is always something for me. So it's my selfish Christmas Eve cast on. Hi, Karen. Karen just showed up. Michelle says, yeah, she can't find any Barocco yarn suppliers in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And Rye Sierra said that she got her ball winder from Alpaca Direct. So I wonder if they're sort of like a warehouse. They must be fairly large if they're selling like larger accessories as well.
Now you know what? We're going to have to go on there after this and see what they have.
No, we
Hi,
should.
Klaska. Klaska just got here. She just got done work. Sarah's got to go. She put up
Sarah's
the tree
got
on
a naked
Saturday.
tree to attend
Go
to.
naked tree. There you go. See you next week, Sarah.
Plan your PJ picture, Sarah.
That's right.
That's going to be so much fun. Okay. We still have the
Our sock, Cal.
We have our sock, Cal, but I was going to talk about the other one. You can talk about the sock. I'm going to find the other.
Okay. So we still have our sock, Cal, going on, and have we talked about whether we're going to do it next year or not?
I think we should still do it.
Okay. Oh yeah, we were going to do a plan, weren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get right on that.
Anyways, right now we do have our sock, Cal, going on, and you can, whenever you finish a pair of socks, put them into the Cal. We draw every month, and every month we draw a pattern prize from Natalie at Remembrances Pottery, and we also draw a yarn prize. And your socks are in there from the beginning of the year. So every draw, we go right back to the beginning, and we've got how many socks are in there right now? We
had 1,332 at the podcast, but then there were a few more for December.
Right.
But we were wondering, do you think
we want to try and get to 1,500?
We want to get to 1,500 pairs of socks. So keep knitting. Get them in there.
Yep. And then at the end of the year, I think we're going to do like a year prize.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And then the other one that we have going on is Noelle.
It is the WWW KNP Mal. So it is the warm winter woolies knit along. So anything that you would make as a winter outdoor accessory can be entered in that Cal. And if you haven't watched the last podcast, I think it just came out on Sunday. We go through a lot of ideas of things that you could make, like different hat patterns, mitten patterns, fingerless mitts, cowls. So you can go have a look at that and get some ideas. So that's going to run until the end of January. Yes. Because just in case you're busy right now doing a lot of things for Christmas, you'll have a whole month after that to be able to get something in there. And a lot of the things like a hat or a cowl or a pair of mitts are like fairly quick knits. So enter as many items as you make, you can enter them in there. So
absolutely. Okay. Oh, thank you, Klaska. She said that podcast was amazing.
Yeah,
so many nice patterns and ideas. We had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, we did. And Susan says she's already got 2 hats and a pair of mittens on the needles.
There you go. Yeah, we have quite a few entries in there too. I didn't check.
Yep. Emily says she's going to cast on a shift cowl. I would do another shift cowl.
Oh, yes.
So
let me see what our
so there are a lot of entries in there already, and so it's nice to see what everybody's making, get more ideas.
Okay, I just want to see what we're up to. We're at 1,351 socks. So we need 150 pairs knit between now and the end of December. I don't know.
That's
everybody get there? Well, I bet you lots of people are working on socks though.
Yep. Tracy's doing a shift cowl right now. Tracy, I just love knitting that pattern. It's so rhythmic when you're.
Yes.
So, and then just to see how the colors kind of develop. And so Nikki said she just released a cabled hat pattern last week called Christmas Chronicles 2.
Oh, I saw it today. Somebody on Instagram had just cast that on Nikki.
I think Louise was doing it.
Louise, that's right. Yeah. So far in our warm winter woolies FOs, there are 144.
Wow,
projects.
That's really good.
So
well, everybody's saying they have some socks to enter, so you guys have to get them all in there.
Becky's got some to enter. Cheryl says she has 3 pair to finish.
Barb said she had a couple of pairs to enter.
Was knitting 6 pairs?
That's right. You guys all cast on 12 pairs on the same needles, and we'll get there in no time.
Yeah, I hear there's a YouTube video on how to do that. Mary's got 3 pairs that she has to post when her phone gets back from the repairman. Jess has 7 pairs on needles. By my simple math, that's like already over 50 pairs. So
that's right.
We can get there. Yes.
I do have to hold this up to my legs. I need my just a minute. I'm gonna get my magnifying glass.
Yeah, KnitChat is not complete until we've seen Noelle in her sexy glasses.
No, look what I got.
What's that?
Okay.
Did you steal that from your mom?
I did not. So it's
oh my goodness.
So you can put your knitting right under it.
I need that. I need that.
So like, especially if I'm counting rows and it's a dark color. Yep. Okay. I don't need to do the cable yet. And I don't have batteries in it, but it's also got a light underneath it. So you can actually shine light on it too.
Where did you get that?
Just at Michael's.
Really? I need that. I totally need that.
It is actually really cool. And it's got different size lenses that you can put in. It's even because it's for other crafts too, not just for knitting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Cherie says, as soon as she finishes her Free Your Fade and Spectator sweater, she'd love to make herself a night shift. It is such a fun pattern. Yes. Such a fun pattern. And Shirley's got one sock 3/4 of the way done. You can get there by the end of December.
That's right.
Shirley, get that in there. Oh, Jan is wondering what's the requirement for the socks. So it's any pair of socks. Adult socks. Sorry. Yes. Adult size socks.
Or I think we said you could put 3 pairs of kids as one entry.
Yes.
Yep. And Becky wants to know, Becky, we have a thread in Ravelry. So there's a finished object and a chatter thread. So just pop your finished picture into the finished object thread.
Yes. Yeah.
See, Sue has one of these things and she loves it.
I know. That's what I said. I need one of those things. I mean, I may laugh at you, but I'm really laughing with you because I need them too. So, yes.
So it is, I'm fine on these socks when I'm on the lighter colors, but when it gets to the darker colors, I have a hard time counting the rows.
Yes.
But that helps immensely.
Well, I'm close to
Mary says it's going on her want list.
It's Kim saying she was looking at Galaxy, the merino and bamboo.
Oh, you guys, I had this down to show and I forgot.
Okay.
Guess what this yarn is? Possum.
Oh, the possum yarn. Okay.
So this is Touch Possum yarn.
I've never seen a blue possum.
This Touch Possum yarn. So this is a blend of, it is 60% merino, 30% possum fur, and 10% silk. And it feels like amazing. And then this is also a possum yarn.
Oh.
So this is called Why Kiwi because it's from New Zealand. So this one is just a minute, I got to get my magnifying glass. Okay, it is 55% merino, 20% nylon, 15% alpaca, and 10% possum.
Okay.
And it feels amazing too, but like they look so nice together. So I might have to make something with the two of them. So this is friends of ours.
Susan wants
from New Zealand.
Like better.
No, it's like possum. It's not butter, Kelly. If I get butter on my hands, I have to wash them.
I didn't bring it up. Susan did.
Anyway, so yes.
Yeah.
So this will be a next year project.
What is the BWM? So it's Bendigo Woolen Mill here in Australia.
I know. They look like they have amazing yarns.
I'm 3-ply cones are only $38, Noelle. Do they ship to Canada?
And $100 shipping.
Oh.
No, I don't know what the shipping is, but I think I looked before and I don't think it's cheap.
Okay.
So
Bonnie said she just finished a pair of bamboo pop yarn socks, and she's on her second sock of the Barocco Comfort. Both of those
have no
really
wool,
nice sock
right?
yarns.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Terrell says the possum yarn is so nice.
It is. It's like it
Oh,
feels
Mary
amazing.
actually has 5 pairs of socks to post.
Okay, well then we definitely can get to 1,500 pairs.
Okay, yes, we can.
So
we can just keep knitting, keep knitting.
And then Beth said there's something called Nundle Woolen Mill. That must be in Australia too, is it?
I haven't heard of that one either. Oh, and
they have lots of mills there.
Wangaratta Mill. I just love the names of the mills. I want to say that I knit something from those mills.
We just have to like put that on our round the world trip.
Okay. Yeah. Australia. So, adding it to the list.
Adding it to the list. Yep.
Yeah.
So
we were talking about Newfoundland the other night though. Like seriously talking about Newfoundland.
Yes, seriously talking about
somewhat seriously talking about Newfoundland and going there. Dragging the husbands along too.
So they can drive when we
they can drive and we can knit. Yes. Oh, Beth says they have lots of small indie mills there too. Nice.
And Kim says Zelana Merino possum is gorgeous too.
I'm gonna have to find some possum yarn.
This was, like I said, this was nice because someone brought it back for me.
Yes.
But
very nice.
Anyway, well, Kelly, it's like
I know, an hour and 20 minutes, and it felt like 10.
I don't know, but I only knit 5 minutes worth.
No, I have a total of 8 rows done in all that time.
I think I got 6 rows done, but one of them was a cable row. So.
Oh, you have one person in the group that agrees with you. Sue says,
there were other people that agreed with me last week.
I don't think so. I
think so. I'm gonna go back and check the chat.
Sue says that she doesn't get the butter reference to yarn either. So that's all I have done. That's pretty sad. I bet everybody that is joined in tonight has more done than me. That's okay. It's not a race. Not a race. Well, It might be a bit of a sock race because we need to get to 1,500 pairs.
Yes.
Noelle and I can't count for that anyway.
Just
imagine if we could add our socks, we would be in there. We'd be in there. Okay.
So
Jess got all the way to the heel.
Good.
All righty. Well, thank you for joining in. Thank you for knitting. Thank you for sharing your stories, your laughter.
Yeah, and think about our pajama party.
Think about the pajama party. The pictures would be even better if you had a glass of wine with your knitting, maybe. Yeah.
I might have a glass of wine that night.
Okay.
Or some eggnog with bourbon.
Oh, that would be fun too. Okay.
Yeah. So
anyway.
Okay, thanks everybody for joining us, and we will see you next week. We'll chat with you next week.
And
we'll see you on the JAMA party one.
JAMA party.
Yeah.
KnitChat JAMA party.
Yep. So.
Woot woot. Hey, you know what we need? We need where did it go? What do we need?
Oh, the confetti. Oh, I can never find it.
We need confetti. It's a party. I don't know.
Well, we'll have to find something new for pajama night.
Okay, I can work on that too. All right. Take care, everybody. Happy knitting.
Take care. Yep. Bye-bye.